x86 uses a complex instruction set architecture.
x86 uses a complex instruction set architecture.
The decoder translates x86 instructions to micro-ops.
The decoder translates x86 instructions to micro-ops.
We're implementing AVX512 for vector processing.
We're implementing AVX512 for vector processing.
The front end handles variable length instruction decoding.
The front end handles variable length instruction decoding.
Macro-op fusion combines adjacent instructions.
Macro-op fusion combines adjacent instructions.
The core supports x86 64 long mode.
The core supports x86 64 long mode.
We're using micro-op cache to reduce decode bandwidth.
We're using micro-op cache to reduce decode bandwidth.
The reorder buffer has 256 entries.
The reorder buffer has 256 entries.
x86 maintains backward compatibility to 8086.
x86 maintains backward compatibility to 8086.
The instruction decoder is a performance bottleneck.
The instruction decoder is a performance bottleneck.
We're implementing hardware transactional memory.
We're implementing hardware transactional memory.
The core supports simultaneous multi-threading.
The core supports simultaneous multi-threading.
Microcode handles complex instruction sequences.
Microcode handles complex instruction sequences.
The rename stage eliminates false dependencies.
The rename stage eliminates false dependencies.
We're optimizing for legacy code compatibility.
We're optimizing for legacy code compatibility.
SSE and AVX extensions accelerate multimedia workloads.
SSE and AVX extensions accelerate multimedia workloads.
The out-of-order engine is 10 micro-ops wide.
The out-of-order engine is 10 micro-ops wide.
Control flow prediction includes indirect branch predictors.
Control flow prediction includes indirect branch predictors.
The core implements speculative execution with safeguards.
The core implements speculative execution with safeguards.
x86 ISA extensions add new capabilities each generation.
x86 ISA extensions add new capabilities each generation.
The core achieves 5.0 IPC on server workloads.
The core achieves 5.0 IPC on server workloads.
We're targeting 5.5 GHz boost frequency.
We're targeting 5.5 GHz boost frequency.
The execution engine has 12 parallel execution ports.
The execution engine has 12 parallel execution ports.
Branch misprediction penalty is 17 cycles.
Branch misprediction penalty is 17 cycles.
We need to optimize memory-level parallelism.
We need to optimize memory-level parallelism.
The load store unit handles 2 loads and 1 store per cycle.
The load store unit handles 2 loads and 1 store per cycle.
The core supports 512-bit vector operations.
The core supports 512-bit vector operations.
We're implementing aggressive prefetching algorithms.
We're implementing aggressive prefetching algorithms.
The scheduler window size determines ILP extraction.
The scheduler window size determines ILP extraction.
Turbo Boost provides dynamic frequency scaling.
Turbo Boost provides dynamic frequency scaling.
We need to balance frequency and power consumption.
We need to balance frequency and power consumption.
The core power envelope is 125 WTDP.
The core power envelope is 125 WTDP.
All-core turbo frequency is lower than single-core.
All-core turbo frequency is lower than single-core.
The pipeline supports speculative loads.
The pipeline supports speculative loads.
We're optimizing for database and HPC workloads.
We're optimizing for database and HPC workloads.
The core includes dedicated crypto acceleration units.
The core includes dedicated crypto acceleration units.
Integer and FP pipelines operate independently.
Integer and FP pipelines operate independently.
We need to minimize pipeline bubbles.
We need to minimize pipeline bubbles.
The execution latency for multiply is 3 cycles.
The execution latency for multiply is 3 cycles.
Branch prediction uses TAGE predictor architecture.
Branch prediction uses TAGE predictor architecture.
The L1 data cache is 48 kilobytes with 12-way associativity.
The L1 data cache is 48 KB with 12-way associativity.
We're implementing a 4-level cache hierarchy.
We're implementing a 4-level cache hierarchy.
The L2 cache is 1 megabyte per core.
The L2 cache is 1 megabyte per core.
Shared L3 cache is 32 megabytes for 8 cores.
Shared L3 cache is 32 MB for 8 cores.
The cache coherence protocol is MESIF.
The cache coherence protocol is MESIF.
We need to optimize for NUMA architectures.
We need to optimize for NUMA architectures.
The memory controller supports DDR5-5600.
The memory controller supports DDR5-5600.
Cache replacement uses adaptive algorithms.
Cache replacement uses adaptive algorithms.
The TLB hierarchy includes page walk caches.
The TLB hierarchy includes page walk caches.
We're implementing hardware prefetchers at each level.
We're implementing hardware prefetchers at each level.
Memory bandwidth is 89.6 gigabytes per second per channel.
Memory bandwidth is 89.6 gigabytes per second per channel.
The right combining buffers coalesce stores.
The right combining buffers coalesce stores.
Cache snooping maintains coherency across sockets.
Cache snooping maintains coherency across sockets.
We need to reduce average memory access latency.
We need to reduce average memory access latency.
The victim cache captures evicted lines.
The victim cache captures evicted lines.
The processor supports dual socket configurations.
The processor supports dual socket configurations.
We're implementing UPI for inter-socket communication.
We're implementing UPI for inter-socket communication.
The core count scales up to 64 per socket.
The core count scales up to 64 per socket.
ROS features include error correction and recovery.
RAS features include error correction and recovery.
We need to optimize for cloud workloads.
We need to optimize for cloud workloads.
Virtualization extensions enable efficient VM execution.
Virtualization extensions enable efficient VM execution.
The processor supports PCIe General 5 connectivity.
The processor supports PCIe General 5 connectivity.
We're implementing CXL for memory expansion.
We're implementing CXL for memory expansion.
Security features include memory encryption.
Security features include memory encryption.
The platform supports up to 4 terabytes of memory.
The platform supports up to 4 terabytes of memory.
We need to optimize for database transactions.
We need to optimize for database transactions.
Power capping limits consumption under load.
Power capping limits consumption under load.
The thermal solution handles 350 WTDP.
The thermal solution handles 350 WTDP.
We're validating with industry standard benchmarks.
We're validating with industry standard benchmarks.
Reliability targets exceed 99.999% uptime.
Reliability targets exceed 99.999% uptime.
We're implementing mitigations for Spectre variants.
We're implementing mitigations for Spectre variants.
Indirect branch prediction restricts speculation.
Indirect branch prediction restricts speculation.
The core includes hardware fixes for side channel attacks.
The core includes hardware fixes for side channel attacks.
We need to balance security and performance impact.
We need to balance security and performance impact.
Speculative execution safeguards prevent data leakage.
Speculative execution safeguards prevent data leakage.
The processor supports encrypted virtualization.
The processor supports encrypted virtualization.
We're implementing return stack buffer protections.
We're implementing return stack buffer protections.
Branch target injection mitigations are enabled.
Branch target injection mitigations are enabled.
The performance impact of mitigations is 5 to 10%.
The performance impact of mitigations is 5 to 10%.
We need microcode updates for security patches.
We need microcode updates for security patches.
Hardware-based control flow enforcement is implemented.
Hardware-based control flow enforcement is implemented.
The processor supports secure boot verification.
The processor supports secure boot verification.
We're adding bounds check acceleration.
We're adding bounds check acceleration.
Memory tagging prevents use after free exploits.
Memory tagging prevents use after free exploits.
Security features evolve with threat landscape.
Security features evolve with threat landscape.
The processor is manufactured on Intel 4 process.
The processor is manufactured on Intel 4 process.
We're using EUV lithography for critical layers.
We're using EUV lithography for critical layers.
Chiplet architecture enables yield optimization.
Chiplet architecture enables yield optimization.
The die size is 400 square millimeters before packaging.
The die size is 400 square millimeters before packaging.
We're validating with thousands of test patterns.
We're validating with thousands of test patterns.
Post-silicon debug identified a cache coherency bug.
Post-silicon debug identified a cache coherency bug.
The bring-up sequence starts with basic functionality.
The bring-up sequence starts with basic functionality.
We need to characterize across voltage and temperature.
We need to characterize across voltage and temperature.
Performance tuning improved clock speed by 200 MHz.
Performance tuning improved clock speed by 200 MHz.
The processor passed all reliability qualifications.
The processor passed all reliability qualifications.
We're running spec CPU and server benchmarks.
We're running spec CPU and server benchmarks.
Power virus testing stresses worst-case scenarios.
Power virus testing stresses worst-case scenarios.
The validation suite includes millions of test cases.
The validation suite includes millions of test cases.
We need to ensure compatibility with OS and BIOS.
We need to ensure compatibility with OS and BIOS.
Production ramp achieved target volumes.
Production ramp achieved target volumes.